Okay, students, this is our lesson today on integers on the number line. Let's talk about what we do with numbers. First of all, the number system is a system where we classify numbers based on their type and their characteristics. So the word that's missing in this blank here is classified. Those of you who are watching at home, you can copy these down, write these words down as I go along if you print out this paper, or you can just watch this video over and over again until everything makes sense to you. As long as it makes sense to you, I'm good. I just need you to understand it and make sense of it. All right, so we're going to start out by filling in the blank. The number system, the word is classifies. The number system classifies numbers based on their type and characteristics. What we're talking about today is opposites. So before we talk about numbers, let's talk about words. The opposite of agree would be to disagree. The opposite of wake would be asleep. The opposite of outside would be inside. Not going to test you over this. We're just talking about opposites, guys. The opposite of laugh would be cry. The opposite of closed would be open. The opposite of weak would be strong. The opposite of loud would be quiet. The opposite of safe might be dangerous. You could probably think of some other words that mean not safe. You could write unsafe would be another opposite. The opposite of down is usually up. The opposite of old, it could either be new, or if you're talking about people, it could be young. So there's opposites in everything, including numbers. Numbers also have opposites. Positive and negative numbers are called integers. You know that already. It's a set that we've been studying. Okay? So positive and negative whole numbers are called integers. Here it asks us to place the following in the diagram. Let's start with -2. -2 is not a whole number because it's negative. So -2 would go in the integers part of the diagram. Then 4. 4 is not negative. You can count to it, which makes it a whole number. 15, the same thing. It's not negative. You can count to it. It's a whole number. -6 is an integer simply because it has the negative sign with it. The number 8 is a whole number. The number 0 is a whole number. And then finally, -15 is an integer. So integers include whole numbers. They're part of that same set. But more specifically, these whole numbers are more specifically whole numbers. Okay, so now it says look at the number line below. What do you notice about the numbers to the left of 0? Left would be going this way. All the numbers on the left of 0 are negative. Does everybody agree with that? So all the numbers on the left of 0 are negative. So let's fill in the table, and 0's in the middle. Everybody see that? 0's in the middle, and all these numbers this way are positive. Okay, so what would be, or fill in the table with the number being described, the opposite of 6. The opposite of 6 is -6. Opposite of -5. The opposite of -5 is +5. Two numbers that are 3 away from -1. I'm going to have to erase some of this that I did here because I'm losing area to show you what I need to show you. All right, so back to the pen. Okay, so two numbers that are both 3 away from -1. So 3 away from -1 would be, let's see here, let's find -1 on the number line. There's -1. And I want something that's 3 away, so I'll go to this direction first. 1, 2, 3. Oh, +2 is 3 away from -1. So +2. Sorry, I'm having technical difficulties here. Got to get the right pen out. Okay, so +2. And then another number that would be 3 away would be 1, 2, 3, would be -4. So both of those numbers are 3 away from -1. Here's -1 in the middle of those two. All right. There's a number on this number line that's neither positive or negative. That would be 0. The number that's opposite of 2 is -2. Two numbers that are 6 away from -3. Well, first we have to find -3. There's -3. I'm going to change pen colors. Maybe that'll help. There's -3, and if I'm going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 spaces away from -3. Oh, sorry, I messed up. Let me see if I can figure out how to erase. Oh, I was right. 6 away from -3. Let's do that again. We'll do it in red so we can see. All right, so we're doing this we're doing this problem right here. Two numbers that are 6 away from -3. Pardon my technical difficulties, I'm sorry. So let's find -3. Here's -3. We need to go 6 away from -3. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That would be +3. And then 6 away from the other direction, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, would be -9. So there you go. Those are the fill in the blanks. So how is a number related to its opposite? A number is related to its opposite by being on opposite sides from 0 on the number line. All right, so that takes care of page 1, and you can email me any questions you have about this. So far so good, I hope. So let's move on to page 2. Page 2, oops. There has to be an undo button. There is an undo button. Okay, so page 6, I'm sorry, page 2. Up at the top it says, use the number line below. Sorry, trying to look for the pen. Use the number line below. Brainstorm different real-world phrases that indicate positive and negative numbers. So, some things that you might see in life that would be a negative number is if you have a really low temperature. For example, if it's 20 below 0, that is a really low temperature. Something else that would be negative, if you lost something, any kind of loss. Maybe you lost yards in a football game. Maybe you lost your money. Maybe you lost your wallet. Anytime you lose something, that's going to be indicating a negative amount. Okay? The word less is also an indicator of a negative number or losing something. Okay? Those are just a few of examples. You can probably think of a lot more. Some examples of zero. I don't have any really good ones, but maybe you have no money or no friends, okay, or no food. All of those things would be examples of zero, right? Positive numbers would be if you add something, or a high temperature. A high temperature, like it's 100 degrees outside right now, probably. I'm not outside. A high temperature. A gain, whether you gain yards in a football game, or gain money, or earn money, or someone gives you money. Some of those are examples of positive situations. Now, here's what we're going to do. We're going to, in each situation here, we're going to write an integer. That's a number that's either a positive whole number or a negative whole number that describes the situation. Starting with this first one, a football player caught a 57-yard pass. For his team, that would be a gain of 57 yards. So that would be positive 57. Number 2, the temperature dropped 15 degrees overnight. If it dropped, that means it went down. So that would be a negative 15 degrees. Your account is credited $14. If someone credits you money, that means you get money. So that's a positive 14. A submarine travels at 550 feet below sea level. Below sea level means it's underneath the ocean. That's a negative number, negative 550. Carbon has 6 protons. I believe protons are positive. You can double check with your science teacher if you need to, but that would be positive 6. Las Vegas, Nevada has an average temperature of 101 degrees above zero. That is a positive number, 101. A bank account is overdrafted $27. If you're being overdrafted, that means they are taking money away from you. So that would be a negative 27. And we're just writing the integer. We're not writing it as money right now. Okay. Number 8, a quarterback is sacked for a loss of 5 yards. That would be a negative 5. And now number 9, it says write a situation to describe negative 28. I'm going to use an easy one. The temperature in Nome, Alaska was negative 28 degrees on January 1st. Maybe you can think of even some more. All right. Now, I'm going to show you the next page that's not in this set right now, but it will be when you go back into Schoology and look at it. I'm going to show you the next page and just give you an idea of what you're doing. Now, yours should be a drag and drop. You should have the letters A, B, C, and D, E, F, G, and H. You're going to drag those letters to the top of the number line. And then you should have some red dots. And the red dots, you're going to drag those onto the number line itself where that number is. So I'm going to show you how that'll work. Okay, so for A, we're looking for the opposite of negative 4. Okay, I'm going to take my red dot and I'm going to drag it down onto the line there where the tick mark is for negative 4. And then I'm going to take the letter A and I'm going to drag it above the number line. That's how you mark on a number line, and that's how you show your answers on a number line. You need to label it with the letter and put the dot on the number line. Okay, so drag and drop those there. On the second, third, fourth, fifth, and sixth question, there should be a text box for you to type in. the answer to your question. So read the situations below and write an integer that describes the situation. So for number 2, a decrease of 250 attendees, you're going to type in negative 250 to that text box. On 7 through 11, these questions here, do the best you can, and if you can't figure it out, just leave it blank. I'm not crazy about these questions, but I'd like you to just attempt them. Maybe you'll give me a great idea of how to answer them. I hope this video has been helpful. I hope you're having a good experience learning from home, and email me if you have any questions. I'll answer you as quickly as I can, but remember that I'm teaching from 7:30 to 2 every day. Have a great day. Talk to you soon.